What's up everyone, MK Tom Brady here. In this video, I want to take a look at something that I think is kind of the reason why possibly a lot of people are talking about the game is dying, or it feels like it's dying, or it's dead, etc. And there's a couple of reasons, but this video, this Bradycast is going to be about the ranking system. So a good ranking and matchmaking system is really, really important in a fighting game, just because so there was a time before the internet, the net code was as good as it is now, where the net code was kind of sketchy. So a lot of people were meeting up offline quite often. Lots of offline gatherings. People would hang out for, a couple of hours. Some friends would get together and just train, on and off for a couple of days at a time, or maybe for a week at a time or longer, playing hundreds and hundreds of matches every day. But obviously now we have, internet, and especially right now in the middle of a pandemic, obviously the safest place to be is at home and staying safe. So now more than ever, a good matchmaking system is really, really important. A good ranking system is really important. The problem is Mortal Kombat 11, I think, probably has the worst ranking concept in the history of fighting games. And I don't mean to be disrespectful about it. I mean Mortal Kombat as a whole, not just MK11. Even if you go back to the old 3D MKs, their ranking system was awful. But now they have two ranked modes, which is Kombat League and actual ranked. Kombat League is available for 28 days, and ranked is Kombat League is down for a week, and for that week you got normal ranked mode, and then you go back to Kombat League for the next 28 days. Thing is, the reason why good ranked is so important is when you come online, sometimes there's not always somebody available for you to play. Your friends list isn't always populated with 10, 20, 30 people for you to choose from. And if you go to casual, these matches are one and done. Win or lose, they're done for one. So you have a good ranking system. And, a lot of games have this, Tekken, etc. You queue your ranking system up, and it matches you with someone within a similar rank, or this is how it's supposed to work. And you play whoever you're playing through ranked mode, and then if somebody you want to play comes on, you send them an invite, and you get whatever sets you're going to get in for the day. The problem is Kombat League is a constant from the ground up. So every season, everybody starts from scratch. You lose your rank, you lose everything. And here's a problem with that. For one, we're going to start at the beginner level. So in the beginning, you start at apprentice, and then you go to combatant, and then you go to warrior. So this is the bottom tier, right? So say somebody picks up the game, they've been playing for only a week or two, Kombat League resets, so they're like, okay, I'm going to try this Kombat League thing. I'm an apprentice, I've only been playing the game for a week. The problem is everybody is apprentice. So even those who reach demigod, god, elder god, who've been playing the game for a year, they're all apprentice too. So they're going to match you, who just bought the game last week, up with somebody who's been playing this game every day for the last year, because you're both apprentice rank. And maybe after a week or so, when everybody who's been playing the game some people don't always start off Kombat League the first week anymore. Some people don't play at all, or they play it late. Right? It only takes a couple of these times over the first 2 weeks of Kombat League for you to get matched up with someone like this, for you to say, I'm tired of playing people who are apprentice rank or combatant rank or even warrior rank, and they've been playing the game for years, but they keep matching me, who's been playing the game for a week, up with them. So if you're someone who's new to the game and Kombat League starts, it would behoove you to wait at least 2 weeks to try your luck in Kombat League, to greaten the odds that you're going to be matched up with somebody who's kind of new to the game, much like you. So this is a huge turnoff for new players. because they're not accurately being matched up. The matchmaking is terrible because everybody in the world is an apprentice, right? If Sonic Fox or Ninja Killer were to start playing Kombat League, they would be considered an apprentice. Despite the fact that they've been Elder God before, they're now back to square one at apprentice, same as you who bought the game last week. This is an absolute turnoff to new players, and it makes them not want to play. Why am I excited for Kombat League? I've only been playing for a couple of weeks. You're going to match me up with someone who plays every day for a year. And that, I think, hurts new players from coming in because they don't know anybody. They're new to the game, new to the community. A good rank is kind of their way to climb up from the ranks, from the bottom to the top and learn. Only they're being matched way out of their league. The matchmaking process is fundamentally flawed just because of the restart. The next issue comes in the fact that once you start hitting God, demigod, God, etc. So this is the next problem. So that's on the bottom end of the scale with new players. On the higher end of the scale, Kombat League, because you're starting from zero every single time, and you have to go through that grind of going from zero all the way back up the ranks again, dealing with people who did not finish, which is they have a way to disconnect, which tricks the ranking system to think it was a disconnect. Many, many, many times you're about to beat somebody, it pulls a disconnect as if the thing got desynced, and you get nothing. So you still have those type of players. You have players in which the game will tell you every single time you match with the same guy, they'll tell you it's 80 ping, and there's a guy that always shows up at 80 ping for me. Always 80. And when we play, it's 270. Every single time. We can barely get through the match. But every time we match up, it says it's 80. And I can't decline it. He can't decline it. It's just not a good experience. Kombat League is more of a grind, not something that people find enjoyable, which is another problem with how it's structured. That's why it's the same, and it takes longer and longer to rank up every season, and I'm going to get into why. So first of all, this is the perfect storm this season, because these are probably the worst rewards ever in Kombat League. So the rewards are so bad, nobody cares about them, because these rewards are really, really, really like obnoxiously bad. No offense to the artist who made these skins, but they're awful. So the rewards are really bad. So no one is like, oh, I need that skin. Nobody cares. Then, once you realize, hey, less and less people are playing every season, and the rewards are bad, so it's like so many people from all the seasons who are just tired of climbing the ranks from the ground up, and then you throw in the fact that, wow, now the rewards are so bad, I really don't care about them. Less and less people play. So, like for me, I got to Grandmaster within the first 2 or 3 days, and when I got to Grandmaster, I was only being ranked up with Master, Champions, etc., where every win was 10 points and every loss was lose 60 to 70. So I'm like, I'm not going through this again. And when you get to like God, so when you're trying to make that final push into Elder God, God has 22 and Elder God has got 5. That's 27 people in the whole world in which you can rank up against. Let me say that again. Once you get to God, there are only 27 people on the entire planet Earth in which you can actually gain some rank off of. Outside of 27 people on the Earth, every single game you play will be win 10 or 20 points when you win, lose 50 to 60 when you lose. So if you win 10 sets and you lose 2, bad news. And that's pretty much the way it happens. And people are tired as less and less people are playing every season. They're tired of having to play 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 times more games to rank up every single season. And the amount of games you need to win is just multiplied more and more and more every season. And next season, there'll be less. And the season after that, there'll be less. And the season after that, there'll be less. So, less and less people are playing. So, if you go to a game like Tekken, for one, the ranks they're not that many. There are only 9. So, I want to look at a game like Tekken's ranking system. All right? So, if you look at Mortal Kombat's ranking system of only like 9 ranks, and then you go to Tekken's, it's got an infinitely higher ranking scale. And chances are, if you're a beginner, if you bought Tekken right now, bought Tekken 7 right now, and played on beginner, you're not going to be playing more times than not, unless you happen to run into somebody starting a new character, which is pretty rare, at least today. You're not playing somebody who's owned the game for 2 years. Their ranking system, their matchmaking is really good. And it doesn't reset. So once you get to, True Tekken God or Tekken God Prime, there are a lot more than 20 or 27 in the world for you to play, as you get to higher ranks, right? You'll constantly have matches with people of similar rank. And Mortal Kombat, when it says, first of all, your points don't decay. Like, I started at Grandmaster, I haven't played since, so obviously my points are decaying. I lose points every single day I don't play. Not only does your rank not reset in a game like Tekken, but you don't have this point decay that Mortal Kombat gives you. And so it's just forcing you to keep playing. Or you better play, you're going to lose those points. So better hope you're not busy at work for an entire week, because when you come back, a few hundred of your points are going to be gone. So, one, it punishes you for not playing for a couple of days. That's a terrible idea. 2, because you're starting from scratch, let's say you get your character. So let's say you get your Kazuya up to Tekken God, True Tekken God Prime, whatever. And you say, you know what? I want to work on my Marduk. Well, let's say you get your Marduk up to Fujin rank or Conqueror rank or whatever. You don't have to worry about, rank reset. Let me get my main character back up to whatever and put working on my Marduk on hold. Because Kombat League is so agonizing for most people, they tend to pick whatever character allows them to speed through the process as much as possible. The process of Kombat League is not about finding good players, not about leveling up. It's about, at least for the already top players, speeding through the content as fast as possible, getting the Elder God so they don't have to play the thing for the remainder of the season. That is not even enjoyable. It doesn't even sound remotely fun. And a lot of times when people stream this, we would rather be streaming something else in Mortal Kombat, but that's the only thing to do because, like I said, it's not, when you come on, you're not always going to be surrounded by a plethora of options to play, so you got to go with ranked. And this is standard in a lot of fighting games, but their ranked mode is done much differently than Mortal Kombat's. So, one, it hurts newer players. It discourages people from constantly trying to play every season because you always got to go from the ground up and endure the same kind of ridiculous connections, etc. you had to do the previous season. and the rewards are bad, so you don't care about the rewards, especially in a season like this. And the other thing is the rematch option. So a game like Tekken, for example, doesn't force you to decide, do you want to work on improving at the game? You find somebody good, similar rank. So, for example, in Mortal Kombat, you're in God, you find somebody of similar point value in God, and you have a good set. GG's, say, hey, this guy's kind of good, he's similar rank, let's keep playing. In Mortal Kombat, everything is about salt. If you select rematch in the Mortal Kombat universe, you're just salty. And you need to hold that loss. See me in Kombat League. Whatever. Rematch is no longer a ranked match. So you have to choose between, do I want to play for more experience and to get better, or am I trying to climb the ranks? In a game like Tekken, if you choose rematch, each game is still for point value. And you can rank up, rank down, de-rank somebody, you can demote them, etc. Even in games after the initial rank set. And Mortal Kombat, when you leave ranked and choose rematch, no point value, nothing. So you're making people choose between, hey, I finally have somebody good, but he's trying to climb the ranks, so, oh well, he's out of here. Or you're out of here because you would play him again even though you won, but hey, I'm trying to climb the ranks, cuz. So everything about it is discouraging you to continuously play. People dread doing it because of the way the matchmaking is, because you got to climb from the ground up every single time. If you kept your rank, it would be a much better experience. You should be able to keep your rank and have some other way to earn rewards. This starting from the ground up is just absolutely awful. Because the ranking system with Kombat League is so poorly done and so agonizing, having to go from 0 all the way back up every season, less and less people play. So for new players in the beginning, it sucks because you're being matched up with people who've played the game for well over a year, and it's your first day on the game. Not a pleasurable experience. You're likely to be like, how is this guy an apprentice? That's because everybody's an apprentice. And if you're a more experienced player, you understand in the whole world, I'm God status, and I can only play 27 people to allow me to rank up. What are the odds those 27 people are going to be on right now? 95% of your games right now, and that once you get to that tier, are going to be against people 2 and 3 levels of rank below you, in which you get 0 when you win and you lose all of them when you lose. Win 10 sets, lose 2, you're behind on points. Win 20 sets, lose 6, you're behind on points. And that is how it works right now. Outside of 27 people in the world. So it's just not a big field to choose from. In the whole world. Next season, maybe 20. The season after that, maybe 15, maybe 10. Eventually, you're going to get to a Kombat League season, and you may not even have 10 people to choose from in the whole world to try to rank up once you get to that high God point level or near Elder God. And then once you're in Elder God, how many other Elder Gods are there for you to fight? 5? In the whole world? 5? 5 Elder Gods? If you're a Tekken God, right, Tekken God Prime, whatever, there are other people in Tekken God or whatever, Dark Tekken God, whatever it's called, or True Tekken God. So you're a Tekken God or True Tekken God. There are plenty of people in that rank, right? It's not like, there are only 10 Tekken Gods in the whole world, And that's really where it's, the problem comes in. The ranking system is just really flawed, both in how it's done and the matchmaking. And Mortal Kombat, I think, has always struggled to have a really good matchmaking and a really good ranking system that basically works for both new players and experienced players. And because the ranking system is in limbo and we don't have any tournaments right now outside of the online ones, the game is in a perfect storm of limbo. Rewards are trash. Nobody likes Kombat League because of how they do their matchmaking, and there's always less options and a lot of stuff that goes along with that. Always having to climb from the ground up, in every season. So you come on, if nobody's on your friends list and your only option is Kombat League, a lot of people are like, I'm done. I'll go play something else. And that's why the game appears like it's dying. Is the ranking system ever going to get fixed? Maybe. I would say probably not in this game. Thanks everybody for watching. I appreciate it. And look, I'm trying to give better content. I know most of you guys don't like the content I provide, or you think it's kind of crappy. I apologize for the bad content over the last, year or so. And I'll try to get some better content for you guys going forward. Thanks everybody for watching. I appreciate it. And you guys stay safe. Take care, everybody.